I'm ready.
This meeting is being recorded.
Woo!
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Oh.
Welcome to Ice Cream Sundays.
Ice cream Sundays with Nougats of truth.
Just let her have it. She needs that. She
I
needs
do.
that singing time.
I know.
So, it is the 5th of May for any of
Cinco de
those
Mayo.
counting.
Ándale.
Whoa.
Viva México. Viva la patria.
We got a little something that got in here. I feel like you'll have a lot to say about Cinco de Mayo, but so today, Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. My name is Rose with Love by Design. This is my beautiful wife, Marita, with the Path of Ish. And we are on every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time in our Facebook group. You can always find our episodes there. If you want to join our Facebook group, the link is in the description of this video. And then you won't have to guess or try to find us when we're streaming. And as you know, if you've been here before, our little list fills up pretty quickly. So sometimes people are sad that we didn't get to their reading, but it pays to be ahead of the pack. You know what I mean? So if you join our Facebook group, you will always know where to go when we're posting at 3 p.m. on San Francisco time every Sunday. So you can get in line and get your reading done or get your chakra clearing done. Ice cream chakra clearing. So that's our plug. Join our Facebook group. It's awesome. We don't post too many other things there, but you can see all the past episodes, lots of good life, wisdom, knowledge, questions, messages from the universe, which we love, and lots of very exciting and creative ice cream flavors for the ice cream chakra clearings. So today we are going to do our usual, which is single card readings on a question of your choice. And I will not do your reading if you do not ask me a question today. That's my rule for the day. People who just want a reading about nothing, that's fine, totally fine if you're feeling lost and you need guidance. But then I really want to challenge you to ask a question. Ask a specific question. It doesn't have to be so specific as what will the weather be like tomorrow or something like that, but more like get clear on what you're struggling with and what you want help with. That is a really essential part of the process of getting help, right? So I want to challenge you to ask a specific question today. So you can have a single card reading with a specific question, or you can get an ice cream chakra clearing, which is a way that we use fun and playfulness, and we really harness the power of your senses and your emotions and your body and your body's experience in order to help you clear and improve the flow of energy through your body. So, you may not know, but smell and taste are incredibly, incredibly powerful when it comes to memory, when it comes to emotions, right? The most powerful in terms of memory. If you smell a smell, it's the fastest way to trigger certain memories. So today we are going to take a little list of people.
Take a little list, checking it twice, making sure I don't know.
My wife is going to be my backup singer for the day. She'll be like the Greek chorus, right? In the show.
Hello, Nicole. Hello, Rebecca.
There?
Natalie
Nicole,
Chapman. Catherine
Sean.
Sarah, Mary Koo, Sean Andre.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi, Natalie. So we're taking names. Do you want an ice cream chakra clearing today? If so, let us know in the comments. Do you want a single card reading? Let us know in the comments, and remember to let us know what your question is.
Mm-hmm. So we need to know what it is, so I love it that people are like, hey, help, or do you see a move for us soon? So is that a reading? Is that a clearing? What is that you want?
Yes.
We like to be specific here, and then give us permission. Please write permission granted in the comments. We like to check double. We are all about permission. Okay, Nicole, clearing sounds good. Nicole Gale.
So we will take down a short list of people. We try to get to as many people as we can and still feel like we're doing justice to the messages that we're trying to communicate to you guys.
And thanks everyone for joining. Please share. The more the merrier. The more you care. I'm having a fun time today. And you know, we do 2 shows on Sunday. We do this one and then we do one with Kairua, and then come back because I should have a new haircut by then. I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta cut your hair. So
okay,
I'm
cool. Rebecca, we got you reading.
I'm also my wife's barber. I do her fade. It's been a minute. You can see it's kind of grown out right now. She's freaking
okay.
out.
Let's do Nicole's chakra clearing before she has to run her kids to school.
Okay.
La 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 la. School run, huh? Okay. So Nicole, connecting, what I saw immediately was, I know you say you're having issues about getting out of your head. And so what came is a way to get into your heart, and that's the honeydew melon. So honeydew, it's that beautiful green color, which is part of kind of the heart chakra, which is pink and green. And again, what's really coming in is those seeds, you know. Are you planting the seeds of your heart? Are you nurturing them? You know, we have someone on here who has from New Zealand, I believe. She has several children, and she says, "I never have time for myself." We really you know, questioned her and put her to, you know, doing 1 minute meditation just for herself, and she's up to 10. So one of the things that's really coming in, Nicole, I know you're really super busy, is, are you taking that time to get out of your head and reconnect to your body? And those are those seeds that you're planting. I love honeydew as well. It's just super beautiful, sweet, sensual melon, you know. So take the time to again, start with 1 minute, you know, a minute a day to really just connect with your heart. A lot of things, also a way to check in with what's going on is, where do you feel things when you have emotions, when you get angry, frustrated, tired? Check into what parts of your body are actually carrying that energy, and then you can really start working through things.
So I got the flavor blueberries and cream for you, and this is like, you know, when you actually have the fresh blueberries in ice cream, as opposed to having like the whole flavor of the ice cream be blueberry. It's that vanilla, creamy, you know, rich vanilla ice cream with the fresh blueberries in the ice cream. And for me, this flavor combination is very connected to childhood for me. It was one of my favorite treats as a child to have blueberries with cream over them. And actually, we wouldn't have ice cream. I just have like milk and a little tiny bit of sugar. But this flavor is actually going to be for your 6th chakra, which is up here in your head, 3rd eye. This blueberries and cream is really to just, it's soothing, it's calming, it's relaxing, it's childhood, it's summers, you know, it's that cold but that sweet and that fresh combined together. And it's really just to give your mind a little bit of a break. You know, I don't know what the ways are that you turn off your mind and you really take a break from your mind. But I know from experience and talking to lots of people, as well as my own personal experience, many people will engage in things that are, you know, helpful in a way because they can turn your brain off, like watching Netflix, or, you know, reading or listening to like an audiobook that's just a total escapism kind of audiobook. Sometimes these things that we do, like watching movies, particularly if they're actually like high stress scenarios, they're actually counterproductive. They don't help us. So it's good to be very intentional about finding other ways to disconnect from the rapid brain, you know, the rapid mind, the speeding thoughts that are constantly going in our heads. So this blueberries and cream is for you to really quiet your mind, calm down, enjoy a moment, really just sink into a moment, okay? To help you relax. Just turn that brain down a few volume levels. So I can relate to that one. I hope you enjoy that flavor. Just let it like really sink in. Almost imagine like your brain is like liquid. It's like full of liquid, and that slowly all the liquid of their busy thoughts that are filling up your head is like being replaced with this like cool, calm, delicious like ice cream and blueberries. And you're just, all the liquid that's all like is draining out of your head and just like releasing that down into the earth, and the ice cream is coming in, and it's more like a little like beautiful like stream of cream and blueberries. I don't know if you've actually ever read this book. It's a kid's book. If you have kids, it's called Jamberry. Highly recommend it. It's a children's book. There's lots of berries in it. Lots of good visuals. Berries. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
I hope that helps you, and
take
good
time,
luck.
Breathe, check in. See you next time.
Little practices.
Little practices.
Little practices that you build over time. They really make a difference.
Have a good school run.
Cool. Good luck.
Juan Francisco Esteva, ¿cómo estás, hermano?
Oh, Anthony, what's up?
How you doing? So
I think I saw Ashlyn on there as well.
Ashlyn's on here.
Hi.
Perfect. Good. Hey, Faye, how are you? Good to see you. So Rebecca, just checking if you're still on. You're looking for a reading on your move. So let me know if you're still on in the comments. If not, Natalie, you are next.
Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. I'm glad that resonated for you. I have a lot of meditations that are about that kind of like draining and replacing process. It's pretty cool and calming visually.
Okay, Rebecca, let's do your card reading. Thank you so much for replying. And then Natalie, you are up next. And then Sonia. So we're going to do a reading with Rebecca.
Okay.
Rumi Oracle cards.
What is the question, Rebecca?
About a move, an upcoming move.
What is the specific question?
Give us mind us, please. Please excuse us. Reading for the moon.
To see a move soon for us. Oh, okay. Okay.
Like move like this. Okay. And Natalie, don't worry, hang on. We will get to you in a minute or two. Today I'm going to sing all the time. Okay.
I can tell.
Here we go.
Well.
Okay, Rebecca.
I'm going to go with yes.
So, okay. Thank you, Sonia. So, Rebecca, here is, oh, sorry. You'd think I know how to hold these up by now. A new gown. So we've gotten this card before. Look at that beautiful gown. I like it's like, Shazam! Wonder Woman! Woo! And so this is about new beginnings, a new way in the world, a new way of walking, you know, whether it is a move, whether it is changing of direction or planting your roots deeper. This is really a time for new things. And we are in the moon in Taurus, which really kind of supports, ooh, there goes my neck, change. And I don't know if you do new moon intentions or full moon intentions, but it's there. You can still do it, right? Or you can wait for the next one. But the power of those and power of the moon to harness our desires and to light our way. Mm-hmm.
An interesting thing about this card, it's funny too with these cards, different things really pop out for different people when we do these readings. And one of the things about this new gown, this idea of a big leap kind of coming in your life, a big shift coming in terms of your spiritual evolution, in terms of many things, which to me, getting that card does suggest that you are going to be going through some type of move soon, but it may not be a physical move. There may be something else underlying. And one of the messages of this card that I love, that I haven't really felt like was the most important piece for other people that we've pulled it for, but that I think is very important for you to hear, is about the difference between humility and humiliation. And this idea that you don't have to be so there's this like continuum, right? If we're talking about,
Hey, Jacqueline, how are you?
if we're talking about, there's a continuum, right? Where on one end you're in collapse. That means your person is collapsed. You're just, you know, you feel worthless, you feel hopeless, you feel like you're nothing, right? And then like just to one side of that, like sort of a quarter of the way is we've got humility, right? Which is kind of walking with this sense that, you know, the world has a lot to teach you, you appreciate the gifts of others. And then in the very middle, we've got equanimity, which is that, you know, nobody is better or worse. You see yourself both with, you know, dignity and also humility at the same time. There's a good balance there. Above that is dignity, right? Which means you are coming from a place of, I have a lot to offer, you know, but it's not so much that you're like pumped up and your ego is huge. And then to the right of that, at the other end, right, at the other end from collapse, we have posturing, right? Which is like, I'm so much better, F you, F the world, whatever, right? And so when we feel threatened, we sometimes, you know, go to posture or collapse, right? And then you can be
or with pop and lock.
Or that. You can also be in dignity and humility, and you're not necessarily reacting, right? You're not super reactive. You're not in a place of fear and like fight or flight, but there is sort of a flow to either side, and equanimity is right in the middle. You know, this is, by the way, from a training that I went through recently. What is it called? It's a particular authentic relationship training that I'm happy to share info about if anybody wants to know. I really appreciated it. So this card is telling you it is really important to walk that middle line right now. Walk in equanimity. You know, don't collapse, don't posture, don't humiliate yourself, don't, you know, just throw yourself under the bus. That's not humility. Humility is appreciating, but still having dignity as a person, right? You're not totally like, oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. You need to walk that middle line right now. Okay. So whatever this journey, this leap is that's coming your way, remember to walk it with equanimity. That's going to be a big part of the spiritual shift for you right now. Okay. We're going to end it right there. Anything else you wanted to add? Cool. Right on. Good luck.
Okay, so as you know, I look down because I'm dealing with this, so I am paying attention. Okay. So Natalie, just making double sure you are on, and then we're going to do a card for Sonia. Yeah, go ahead. A card for Sonia. So Natalie, just give us a thumbs up in the comments if you're still on. If not, we'll move on to Sonia for a card for her career, and then Cindy. Just waiting. Oh, I just saw your relationship. And then we'll go from there. We've got Caitlin, Maria for a reading, Leslie, and Diana Frank. Just for guidance. Again, we do it within the structure of a reading or a clearing. So just let us know if you're still interested in that. Love it when you guys share the love, share the care, share us all day long. Join our Facebook group. I grew up on musicals, as you can tell. I'm having a musical kind of day. So Natalie, can we make sure she's still on?
Yeah, I'm going down there. I just wanted to read what she had written.
Okay.
She's here.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do a clearing for Natalie.
Okay.
She's dealing with PTSD. Doesn't want to get out of the house. Kate the Maria career. Aho. Okay. Here we go, Natalie.
Or should I write it?
Oh. Okay, here we go. Go, do it. Oh, I like it. So Rosie from Rosie Pops, the creator of Rosie Pops, the flavors that is. has.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, go.
And I'll do next. If you had a flavor.
Yeah, I do. I have a flavor. I got a flavor for you.
So, Natalie, for you, the flavor I actually got is rose. And interestingly, not just because we're called Rosie Pops, but because rose is the first thing that came to me for your clearing was actually just this really strong, like Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, nurturing female mother kind of energy. And that is because that is what you need right now. You know, that's what the universe is sending to you right now through this clearing. It's that really sweet, nurturing, loving, soothing, relaxing, right? Because, you know, when we've been through traumas or we have anxiety or, you know, PTSD or many different things, right? And even sometimes if we're not having traumas or anxiety to the level that would cause us to have like a diagnosis, but we have these feelings that are very intense. Our nervous systems are like, oh, they're fried, right? They're like really, really like, oh, and it doesn't mean that they can't heal, but sometimes what you need to help them is to just like something to just calm your system down. So it's not always in that fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. That is exhausting, right? I'm sure you know. I know it's exhausting.
Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. So this rose ice cream is coming for you. It's for your heart, but it's also going to be for your whole nervous system. So, you know, when we work on the chakras, energy, your nervous system, whatever sort of, you know, methodology or body system structure you're particularly aligned with, because there's more than one. Western medicine has a very specific like sort of model of the body and the body systems. Eastern medicine has very different ones, and both are found to be really effective in terms of understanding the body and the energies that move through it. And you need something that is going to work on that integration between your heart and all of your nervous system. And so this rose ice cream, it's sweet, it's floral, you know, but it's delicate. It's not an overpowering, punchy, spicy flavor. It's delicate, it's relaxing, it's soothing, it's sweet, it's gentle. It's that love, that gentle, safe love. Okay? So just let that flavor wash over your heart and kind of move outwards from the center of your body to all of your nerves. Just feel that soothing going to every single one of your nerves, all the way out to the tippy ends of the tiny little nerves of your body and up into your brain, just cooling, calming, soothing your brain. And when you're done and you've really let it all like wash down all the way down through your legs, all the way down, you know, through the big nerves that go down into your legs, down your spine, down to the bottom of your legs and out to the tips of your toes. Once you've like really just relaxed into that, then I want you to
I like it.
Did you have a flavor?
I did. After that, I don't know. The one that I got was tamarindo. I grew up eating tamarind, indigenous to Africa, but also found in a lot of cuisines, Asian cuisines. Mexican cuisine is actually a huge lover of tamarindo. And tamarind has huge health benefits, but this is really for your root chakra, right? Tamarind has also big seeds. So a lot of the things, you know, as we are in this time of either whether you are in planting seeds, which is the east, or whether if you're on this side of the hemisphere, on the other side, New Zealand and below and stuff like that, you're on of the gathering of the seeds. So this is really the time of seeds. What are you doing with them? Are you planting? Are you gathering? So what are you planting? And this is really to connect you to Mother Earth. And the tamarind seeds are huge. They're ginormous compared to like kind of the pulp. And so planting really deep seeds into Mother Earth. So when you're feeling anxious, nervous, or things like that, make sure, you know, even if you go outside a little bit, put your feet on the ground, like barefoot, you know, on the ground. You know, approach a tree, ask for permission, right? Talk to bees, talk to trees, start to really harmonize. I was singing to bees today, a thank you song, because I was reading this article about how there have been traditions for a very long time about talking to the bees. Like when even in English countrysides and manors, people would go and tell them if someone had passed. so that the bees knew something was happening, or if someone was getting married, because they were considered in Celtic.
Good
I
job,
didn't.
baby.
Yes, spirit. They took the messages to the spirits, so communicate with that. And so there's a lot of folklore about that, but there's also a lot of truth. So this is really saying, make sure that you're talking to these things. Tell them what's going on. And connect to Mother Earth, even if it's just putting bare feet on the ground. Okay. Aho, aho, aho.
Yeah. I really, there's so much that can be beneficial when it comes to what you're describing, both that combination. I mean, the physical pain is one thing, but then also that anxiety and the PTSD, there are definitely effective therapies as well to help with that. But we don't have the time to do that here in this show. But there is a lot out there. If you have questions about that, or you don't know where to start in terms of actually getting therapy, and that's something that you are interested in.
Aho, Anthony.
Happy
Aloha,
to give you some
Gurpreet.
ideas. I am not a medical doctor. I am not a licensed clinician at this time. So just know that, but I am happy to give you some ideas and suggestions.
Google searches. Okay.
Yeah, Google searches.
There you
That's a
go.
good way to put it. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Natalie. Good luck.
Anthony, I just want to give a shout out to my good friend, Anthony Walking Crow. Let me tell you, amazing medicine man who really brings the heartbeat of Mother Earth into this dimension, is formed by creating drums. Follow him for what he does. I've created a drum with him and would love to do another one in the future. But I want to thank you, Anthony, for your posts this week. They've been really kind of helping me. Ali kicked my butt a little bit, so thank you so much.
Aloha, Gurpreet.
Hello, Sonia. You're getting a card for your career right now. Okay. And then Cindy, making sure everyone's on as we keep chugging along.
Sonia is here.
Sonia.
Yes.
Sonia. Sonia, can you give us a thumbs up in comments? Make sure you're here. I know you were here earlier. Gurpreet will put you down. Jen, hi from Australia. We love Australia. What part? Okay, there we go, Sonia. I've only been to Melbourne and Adelaide.
Do you want to?
Do it. Shake it twice. Sonia. Here we go. For your career. Today we're just singing everything, just so you know. Anyways, if you ever want to see a musical where they sing everything, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Okay, wow, look at this card, Sonia. Look at this powerful card. Shazam! Look at that. Woo! This is victory. This is a victory card.
Affirmation and success, my friend.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, that's got to be good, right? We're talking about career right now?
Yeah, we're talking about career.
Girl.
Gold Coast, cool.
All is divinity manifesting, and nothing exists outside of it. All is perfectly designed to help you fulfill your being, live your truth, experience your power, and reside in the perfection of your divine loving heart. So have you ever stepped into that moment where you actually feel in your body, there's like this knowing where you're like, oh my God, the universe is really out to support me. And it really, like, the universe has my back, and holy crap, like, I am going to live my highest truth, and everything is helping me through, like, to get to that. And I believe it's all going to happen. I just know it is. And I trust, and things are just unfolding. And you know what I mean? You're like, I see a sign there. Oh my God, the universe is telling me things.
I like it when things are like that.
I know, right? Let's say, so I'd encourage you to try to feel into that if you can remember a time, because this card is telling you, like, that is what is coming for you. But if you get too stuck, this is my own personal little caveat that I want to add. If you get too stuck up in your head being like, I don't believe it, I don't trust that it's true, we can actually really get in the way. Which, you know, if you want to get really meta, are we really in the way? Or is that just part of the journey we're supposed to take? I don't know. But if you can step into that knowing and really remember a time that is very, a really strong memory for you so that you can get back into that feeling in your body. Practicing, excuse me. Oh.
You okay?
I just couldn't control it. Practicing that feeling in your body and knowing, just that knowing, looking out for signs, getting in that groove of being like, I am in the flow of the universe right now. It's going to assure you some big success in terms of your career. It's all happening for you right now. That's what that card says. Anything else you want to add to that?
Superman stance. You know,
Superman stance.
Yeah, I get exactly. I do it a lot. I didn't even know it was a thing, and I just do it just normally. It just I'm as a superhero probably. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just great to really embody that stuff. Whether it's that stance, that power stance, dance is is a great thing. Rose today has been cooking all day and dancing in the kitchen. And
actually, I was working most of the morning.
Well,
but by the time you came in,
yeah, exactly.
I work on playlists. I'm actually going to finally put some, little Spotify playlists out. If people are interested, you'll be able to find them. And today I was listening to one that's very bouncy and what did you call it? Oh, this is a pony song. That's what you said. Dun, 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 dun. Lots of piano chords and oons, oons and things like that. So that was the music.
So play and music is a great way to embody our emotions. So when you're feeling low, sometimes turn up that music, that volume, and dance it out. It's an amazing thing to do.
Cool.
Okay, thank you with
Sonia.
that. Cool. Cindy, she's ready for her relationship card. After that, we're kind of all over the place. Caitlin, I'm going to see if you're here. Caitlin, for your career. Gotta also watch my time. We do a show later on at 8:30, and it goes 8:30 to 9:30, and so then I get stuck in am I in the 30s or the whatever.
I know what you mean.
Okay, Cindy's ready. Let's go.
Sonia, I sometimes wish,
Are you tired?
No, I'm not. I sometimes wish that I got the cards that I pull for other people, because I'm like, I want that card right now. I want that message from the universe.
Yeah, we could use that. Yeah, Gurpreet, you are on our list. We do have a bunch of people. We have Gurpreet, Leslie, Bonnie, Isha Jones, Courtney. So we will see what we can do. Oh, cool. Caitlin, awesome. You'll be right. You will be after Cindy. Yes, Gurpreet, you are on the list. Okay, Cindy and then Caitlin. Oh, here. Let me do my job. Vanna
Brown.
Vanna Brown.
You're like, I'm not Vanna White. Fuck that. Excuse me.
Look at that. That's a cool card. Let love transform. Let love transform. Jen, we can put you on the list, but we got a list. We check it twice. I try not to double book people. Okay, so you are talking about your relationship, and you've talked a little bit about how it's been kind of on and off. You're still friends. You had, I believe, a marriage and things like that. And this is really talking about, the steps of transformation of love, letting love in. So many times we try to define relationships, right? Because we try to define them because it makes us feel, quote unquote, secure. This looks like this. This is this. This is this, right? And then we feel like, oh, okay. Because for us in these relationships, when we define them or put titles to them, in the title, there's little writing, right? Read the writing below. And so sometimes what we're looking for when we're looking for a title to something, we're looking for reassurance in some form or fashion. And we're looking for, because there's a lot in a title, right? For a lot of people, there's like I said, a lot of small little writing. It's a contract. So sometimes when you're asking someone to be your significant other, your friend with benefits, your lover, your whatever. It's a contract, right? I agree to this, you agree to this, right? And part of that contract is the exchange of love in its various forms. So a lot of what's coming up in this reading for you, before I hand it over to my lovely Shazam partner, Rosie, is you need to let go of that. You need to let go of what was, what is now, and what might be. And I know you don't like hearing that, but relationships are changing, titles are changing, you are changing. If you put a title on something, you're defining yourself and putting yourself more in a box than I think you really want to be in. It feels scary, right? So this is really saying, hey, go with the flow, right? Let love really transform you. And are you done transforming? Are you done transforming in that way?
The thing that comes to mind for this card, first of all, there's a couple images that came to mind. This is kind of a cliche in movies, but I love it and it's perfect for this right now. You see somebody who they've been preparing for a speech. It's really important. It's going to decide some fate for them, whether they get a scholarship or whether they get this job or whether, whatever. Right. Then they get up to the podium and something happens and they just get possessed by this instinct and they just throw all of their speech papers away. Right. I want you to hold on to that image. The next thing I want you to think about is actually a metaphor that's related to money and success, but I want you to transfer it into the area of love. Okay. What if we were guaranteed, and we knew we were guaranteed, that if we just kept working and doing our best, all the money that we ever needed would be ours. We wouldn't know when. We wouldn't be able to have the timing, or have the exact knowing of how it was going to happen, but we were guaranteed that we would have that. I want you to think about that in terms of love. Think about if you knew that you were going to have an incredible love life. You're going to have a partner. You're going to have the romance that you want. You're going to have what you wanted, but you wouldn't get to know the exact timing, and you wouldn't get to know exactly what it was going to look like or what it was going to be called. How would you live your life if it was guaranteed? If you could detach a little bit from the exact timing and the exact how it would look, would you live your life in terms of your relationships and your love with more freedom? Right. And this
I want to live forever.
This card is encouraging you to do that. It's really telling you, if you are really living in line with love, you have to have a lot of trust for the process. And you can't it's similar to what you were saying. You can't get too attached to the exact box that it's going to be delivered in, to the exact time that it's going to happen. You have to really figure out, what is the practice that's going to help me let go of knowing and trust that it will happen, and trust that when it blooms, that's the moment that it was supposed to, not any sooner, not any later. That was the exact moment. And when we try to know, it's like we disconnect from the beautiful experience of living our lives.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're missing it. You're missing your life if you focus too much on that. And right now, this is a little reminder to remember to go back and live your life in a beautiful, wild abandonment kind of way, instead of just being focused on the goal, right? And how it's going to look and whether this is it and whether it's that. I think you'll know. It'll happen in a way and you'll know. And until then, you might not. And
Leslie, that's a good,
right?
I like your point, Leslie. And Cindy, I understand being lonely. It's really interesting. I had a shaman once tell me that loneliness was a gift that I had to teach me. And I was like, what? Give me back my money. No, I'm just kidding. And it's something that I've been reflecting on a lot lately. And I know it's challenging to be lonely, but feel it. Feel what that feels like. And know that even you can be lonely in a relationship. You can be lonely in a room of 1,000 or a bajillion people. You can be lonely and have 50,000 million Facebook friends, So it's really not about that type of contact. This is something really for you to go into a deep healing of heart space, right? And really go into your connection with yourself and let your loneliness be a teacher. Okay?
One more thing I want to add. I saw what you said, Leslie, about expectations. I appreciate what you're saying about transactional interactions. I personally think that expectations is a double-edged sword, but that there's actually really, I think that they can be a powerful and helpful tool in relationships, actually, expectations. And many people are like, don't have any expectations. That's what blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, I don't agree with that, actually. I think that expectations are very important to have and to be aware of what your expectations are and to communicate them. But when we're talking about expectations right now, this card is this is a specific message for you. This is not just about never have any expectations in life, right? Never, because we all do. To say we don't is like, it's not real, right?
I mean, we're robots, but even robots have expectations.
And often when we say we don't have any expectations, what's usually happening is we're just not aware of the implicit expectations that we have that we're not communicating, which can get us into, trouble sometimes, or sometimes we'll learn a lesson and be like, oh, shit. But this specific message is about, the expectations of what love is going to look like for you and when it's going to happen.
For Cindy. This is
cool.
messages for Cindy.
All right.
Awesome.
We're going to leave it there. So much more to say about that,
Caitlin, we're going on to a career reading.
We're going to have to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yep. Oh, cool. Look at all the little birdies running around outside. We had a fox come visit us this morning. It was super cute. And then I was like, oh my God, do not eat my cats. Okay, so here we go, Caitlin. Card for Caitlin. Again, thank you for everyone who's joined us. Okay. For everyone who's joined us, thanks for everyone who shared. We do this every Sunday, free chakra, ice cream chakra clearings, 1 card readings, and relationship advice. We write a list in order of ask. I do the best job that I can. Sometimes I can't keep up with everything,
Yeah, we do our best.
We do our best. So thank you.
My name is Rose with Love by Design. For those of you who are joining us,
Marita with the Path of Ish, and we're also the co-creators and founders of Rosie Pops.
Ain't that the truth, honey?
Not just delicious and nutritious, but good for your soul and your
Cindy,
chakras.
you had a pet fox for 10 years.
What?
I'm kind of jealous.
I want one.
But
hey, Tracy Day.
I feel like if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. All right. Cool.
Let's do it. Card for Caitlin. Caitlin, you're still on, I believe. I saw you give a thumbs up earlier.
What do we do?
Vámonos. Corre y va corriendo con el Catrín. That's lotería.
What is this about?
Career.
Okay.
Thank you, Cindy. Hello, Mary Ellen. I love the sunflowers, Tracy Day. Okay. Caitlin is the painter, the one that I bought that print from. Remember
the bees?
The bees prints. So cool. Here you go, Caitlin. Here, look at that. You must like, these are like kind of your paintings sort of ish. You got the blood angel. Look at all of that coming out of that kind of looks like the second through the third chakra, kind of like those lower chakras. Being birthed. It's like this new thing being birthed for your career, for how you move in this world. And more importantly, the steps that it's going to take and the steps that you have taken.
One of the things about this new sort of, I don't know if the idea is completely new, but whatever it is that you're working on creating in your business, in your career, this card is kind of bringing you the message that you're going to have a gift of energy to help you get through it. Because sometimes I feel, and I can relate to this 100%, you have these ideas, you have this desire to really stretch and challenge yourself and kind of expand or modify what you're doing, move on to something new, but you're just so like tired. You just don't have like the energy, the life force, okay, we can do this, This card is telling you that infusion is coming. You're going to get an infusion of energy and life force to help support you through the shift that you're doing in your career, whether it is a subtle shift or just like an expanding of, responsibilities to make sure you keep challenging yourself, whatever it is, you need the energy to be able to do that, right? Otherwise, you're just going to be pulling from an empty well. And we don't want to be pulling from an empty well, because then you're just digging a hole.
I think another thing I that's coming up with, yes, heart attacks do take your energy, Caitlin. I know that you've been dealing with that. And it's so funny because before I was going to tell you that is that, as you know, because you are a painter, you are someone who is in touch with that. You're a creator, right? There are humans out there like us who are creators, very different from other people, right? We birth a lot of things, and it takes everything in us. A lot of people, I do a lot of, what's he say? I'm going to go talk. Presentations. Thank you. In public. Like, I don't even know what they are right now. And it looks, when people come to them and they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. It looks so easy, but they don't understand the time, the practice, the years that I have behind, and the energy that it takes for me to put it all out there. The reason that I'm able to connect in a different way and teach in a different way is because it exhausts me to a certain degree, and then I have to be able to step back. So one of the things that's coming in for you, Caitlin, as a creator, is even in the times when you're not creating, don't feel guilty, because what you are doing is you're taking in. Painters always paint, even though they don't paint every day, right? I haven't painted in I don't even know how long, but I've been creating in other ways, and I still feel a painting inside of me. It's coming out. I'm figuring it out. It just hasn't manifested itself, but I'm always taking in the colors of my day, of my ambiance, of everything that's going on. So understand that those times of rest are as important as the times of doing and creating, because it's that balance, circle of life, the 4 directions, the time of light, the time of darkness, the time of fire, the time of the north, of rest and the ancestors. Okay.
The last thing I want to add is sometimes when you're feeling really depleted, maybe taking some extra time to do some healing and to do some protection, whether those are rituals. I highly recommend that. Or also just remembering to go to the people that you trust as healers and do some sessions, work on that part of yourself, the protecting and the healing as well. That is part of what helps you stay full inside. And the protection piece, sometimes when we feel depleted, it's because we're feeling very open, and things are coming in and out a lot. Things are affecting us a lot. So not only do we have to heal, we also have to remember to have these healthy boundaries, have these things that help protect our little hearts and our energies and our spirits, so that we're not okay, I pulled all the arrows out, and then yeah. And we're there's more arrows in me again. It's well, because we didn't build a little protection spell around ourselves in between. Not a wall, just to be clear.
I like to put pinwheels.
Oh.
And
I wrap myself in a big flower.
Oh, I do, yeah. But I like to put pinwheels so that they're reflections.
Confuse the enemy.
Exactly. Totally what I do.
If it works on birds, it'll probably work on people.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Caitlin.
Cool.
Hope you,
thank you, Caitlin.
feel better. And also, a lot of healers are into bartering. I'm into bartering. Yeah. You're a painter. I'm a shaman. Let's talk. So, anyways, okay. What do you want to do? Acabamos?
All done.
All done. Okay, so that is all that we have. I'm sorry that we didn't get to everyone. Leslie, Bonnie, Isha Jones, congratulations on becoming vegan. I've been a vegan for 2 years for a lot of reasons. Our Rosie Pops are vegan. Why don't you go get a Rosie Pop?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So
I just made vegan lunch today.
We made vegan lunches and things like that. We try to connect to Mother Earth, but it's a process, right? It's a process. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your connection to Mother Earth, because she is gentle with us. So we are going to do a card and a clearing. What? I don't know. Card and clearing for the group. So if you have never been on here, Marita is with the Path of Ish, Rose, Love by Design. We are also the creators of Rosie Pops. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. 1-card readings, relationship advice, which is Rose's specialty, and also ice cream chakra clearings. my creation, my dream. I listen to it. So we have a lot of fun when we make Rosie Pops. Rosie Pops are these popsicles that are vegan. They are holistic, right? So not only are we using organic fruits and vegetables, mostly fruits, but we're also using herbs and our knowledge of herbs, rosemary, things like that, to really kind of heal. And we do chakra pops. So this is one of ours. We like to taste them and make them, which is this flavor.
Blueberry basil rose.
Blueberry basil rose. Blueberry is really good for your heart, antioxidant. All of our Rosie Pops have rose as a heart opener. And what's basil good for?
Basil's good for being delicious. I don't know. I'll have to look at that.
Actually,
I can't remember off the top of my head.
So actually, I study on the weekends with some Native American, Mesoamerican shamans, and in their sweat lodge, basil is used a lot in some traditions to kind of open things up. So open up the pores and stuff like that. And the mezcal is sometimes, many times, has basil as one of the leaves that you walk in and kind of does that. So water do we use? Okay, so we do all this. Check us out at Rosie Pops on Facebook. I just launched the Facebook page, and hopefully coming to you soon. Rose and I are going to start traveling and doing cacao ceremonies, sound healings, and Rosie Pop clearings. So stay tuned.
Much more.
And so much more. So here is and if you want us to come to your place and you can get us, get 20 to 30 people minimum, let us know. PM us.
Yeah. Currently, we are using water. We haven't gone full scale yet. So the water that we're using right now is from our local spring. Or the water in this area is actually spring fed, and it is also filtered. So we are not a part of like a major water system. It's sort of like a local, has its own water, not even the county water. It's like a specific little niche. Yeah, we have pretty good water here.
Yeah, we do. We also live in what's considered a vortex. So it's kind of fun. Woo! So,
you want some?
Yeah. So this is the card that I drew for the group. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. Look at that. Lots of red today. 36. Look at this.
I'm so glad that you actually heard what I meant to say. I said, what color is it?
I'm like, it's red. So again, we do final card and clearing for the group. Again, if we weren't able to get to you, this is for you. Or if you stayed on, this is for you. We do form a collective energy. And so this is the message for your week. What is it?
Oh, here.
I'm going to try some of this popsicle.
Give me a second.
So many things going on.
Okay.
Rosie
Let's
Pops.
see.
Hi, Ryan.
Don't ask the conscious ones about the wine. Behold the glowing effect of it in the eyes of drunks. I like this.
Andrea, thank you. Magnesium. I love magnesium. I try to actually take it daily.
Ooh, I like this. We're going to keep this short because we are at the end, but I just want to read you this little piece here. It says, it takes a great spirit, one with much practice of studied rebellion, to be ready to cast off the shackles of society from a place of loving defiance rather than fearful anger.
Yeah. Call to action.
I love this because it's also saying, there's lots of ways to act with love. Acting out of love is not always about being nice, being gentle, being polite, right? Sometimes love is about saying no. Sometimes love is about standing up and being like, all due respect, but go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be participating in that. But when you're coming from a place of fear, the energy is really different, right? And that is a hard line to walk because sometimes there's very real reasons for us to be afraid. Particularly if you have lived a life that has taught you that there are many, many good reasons for you to be afraid in the world, right?
Which is so good.
Sorry. You gonna eat it all?
No. I'm sorry. I stopped here.
No, it's just, I think we talk about this a lot, that to just expect somebody to not feel fear is ridiculous, right? Yeah. So, but in a way, we also have this opportunity to take on in a personal practice. Yes, the world gives us lots of reasons to react in a way of fear and anger.
Yeah.
But do you want to choose to rebel with a different energy? To rebel with love, right? And again, that doesn't mean you have to be passive. Love is not necessarily passive or peaceful. Okay? So,
And I love that we got this card today because today is Cinco de Mayo. I am Mexican. Cinco de Mayo is actually the Battle of Puebla. It's when it was actually the women who were the last ones standing, fighting the Mexican women, driving out the French. And so it was really a stand of get out of my country. It doesn't belong to me. So I love that. And the chakra clearing, of course, I think this is blueberry basil is perfect, right, for our heart. I think a lot of what's coming through today is really clearing that heart. We've gotten a lot of heart chakra, first chakra clearings, and it's really the cards and everything saying, hey, this is the time. This is the time to lead from the heart, not the head. Go out after your dreams. Have patience. Have compassion with yourself. Rest when you need rest. Go full steam when you can go full steam. Build community. Ask for help. I know. I was like, what is that? And most importantly, take time to connect with really what's going on.
I'm gonna read you guys one last little quote from this book about this card, and then we're gonna say ciao ciao.
Ciao ciao. You can watch us again at 8:30 p.m.
Even in the spiritually minded, there can be a driving fear, thinly veiled as devotion to the most arduous path, right? Perhaps for a while that serves as a truth of sorts, but eventually there will come a time when smaller truths must give way to larger ones so the soul can truly be free to grow. Passion is the bridge that leads you from a smaller truth that suffering is necessary in order to heal towards a larger and more luscious experience of life as a divine embrace. Excuse me. Yes, sometimes the divine lover, in all enthusiasm for the sport, bites you too hard or grabs you with so much desire that a bruise remains. However, the passion behind such fervent embrace can leave you begging for more life, for more of that boundless love, even when it knocks you on the head while grabbing for you. This is possible when you give up on the judgment of what is good and what is bad, and what is apparently spiritual and what is not. And when you just realize everything in your life is leading to love, whether through caress or a slap, the divine lover is seducing you. If you can accept this, you can certainly give yourself permission to love what you love, to live how you wish to live, and to forget about holding yourself back because some choices make sense and others supposedly do not.
Okay, with that, woo!
Always remember,
live your life
to the sweetest.
Bye.
My name is Rose with Love by Design.
Marita with the Path of Ish.
We will see you next time.
Check out our pages. Like them. Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.